Tokyo. Chatty, chat. Hold on, chat. Give me 0.5 seconds here. You feel me? Alright, chat. We got a pretty good couple reactions for today. I cannot lie to y'all boys, man. Today, we're back to the WWE stuff, but they finally released the Universe Mode stuff. So we'll be reacting to WWE Universe Mode. And then we'll be reacting to the Monday Night Raw reviews. And then, obviously, I don't know if anyone saw this, but it was a big thing on Twitter, which was Miss Ortez, Wendy Ortez. She was saying something about, what I'm saying, she made like mainstream streaming like a thing or whatever the case may be. So we will be reacting to that as well. So let's hop into this shit, guys. Hopefully y'all boys are doing good. Hopefully y'all boys are doing swell. Let's do it, baby. WWE Universe Mode. Let's make sure this shit's up.
To talk about what everybody wants to know, and that is Universe Mode, because W2K26, they have been touting the brand new Universe Mode.
Oh, so you can edit the GM per show? So you could do like could you do a custom person? Because then you could do, like Ric Flair versus Vince McMahon, or Vince McMahon versus Paul Heyman. You could do Eric Bischoff versus Vince McMahon. Can you do that? Are they going to confirm that? Because if so, that's fire.
This year with a bunch of different changes, but I actually got my hands on it. We're going to go through all of it and talk about what's really new in Universe Mode this year, all the good details and all of that stuff. So let's get right into it.
Perfect. So you can control both teams.
Get into Universe Mode, you will notice you have two options like you
don't need a tutorial.
Whether you want Superstar Mode or Classic.
Oh my god, the most pointless tutorial of all time. So never need a tutorial game.
Classic Mode is that sandbox mode. Yep. Total freedom. That is what you're going to want to do.
And that's
it does now give you the option to customize your Universe Mode. In W2K26, you can customize
this allows you to bring it to like wherever you want, right? Hold on. If in W20, you can customize events on the custom calendar. There are details before you start your first show events. Choose which weekly show and premium live events you'd like to feature to shine show participants, champions. Decide which month you'd like to start in. That right there tickles the fucking pickle. This right here, which month you'd like to start in. I never liked starting in the beginning of the calendar year and having to play the whole year of Mania, or whole year to get to Mania. I like it like how it used to be when you first got Universe Mode in, like when it was first introduced in like WWE 2011, SmackDown versus Raw, because you started right there. Like SummerSlam, like Survivor Series, right to the road to WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying?
Details before the first show even starts. Choose which weekly show, PLEs, you'd like to feature assigned show participants.
Yes, customize universe. Alright, so that's a W feature. I like that.
Would you like to customize?
But I think I've already spoke upon that because I'm almost certain somebody said it before.
So customize universe is that creation wizard that you're going to get into. You remember the touting that creation wizard. That's supposed to streamline the process of creating Universe Mode, or so I thought.
See, I like this right here. I like this right here because obviously they're going to have Obafemi in the NXT. They're going to have like Javon Evans, everyone that was already called up. So now you can finally take them off of this and move them to the correct shows where they're actually supposed to be. I actually like this. This is actually kind of comfy. I will say. This is a W feature, not something huge. You know what I'm saying? It'll blow your fucking socks off. But this low feature with, and then also being able to start where you want to start, I like this feature right here, WWE.
Like I wanted, but we'll get into it. So first off, you're choosing your weekly shows here. You first get to choose the shows that you want. They have the presets here: Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Nitro, and ECW. And you can add a new show if you want. If you like to remove a show, just deselect it and you won't have it part of that universe, which is pretty cool. So you could go in and pick the show there. Now, from here, I thought, okay, this is cool. Now, when I pick these brands, it's going to go through and it's going to go through all the options and tell me what I'm actually going to pick here, right? So if I have Raw, it's going to tell me,
fuck. How many times are you going to click it and unclick it?
Do I have this It's going to go to how you
Oh,
do
here we go.
show, just like the old way of doing it. You just hit Y to edit the show or try
Okay,
to
okay.
edit the show.
Any major
You go
show,
through the
okay.
match details or the show details and you edit
Oh, so
it
just like,
exactly how
okay,
you
I
did
see.
before. It's not really what I thought the Creation Wizard was going to be. I thought the Creation Wizard was going to go, okay.
So you can pick your general manager. This is Aura. So that means I can download a Vince McMahon. I can download a Ric Flair. I can download the, you know what I'm saying, a Tony Khan. You feel me? And we could do WCW. We could do AEW. You could do TNA. You could do AAA. You could do Lucha Underground. You can do WWE, WWF. You feel me? I like that. I like that a lot. This is tough. I like this feature right here.
You want Raw, NXT, and then SmackDown. And then it would step by step go and tell you exactly what to do.
Yep.
So which superstars,
Picking your
what
general
champions,
manager is
Money in
tough.
the Bank, what shows, all that stuff. But unfortunately, it does not do that. You just choose the shows.
There better
If
be a
you
Jeff
wanna
Hardy
edit
DLC,
it
dude. I
deeper, you
swear, I'm
hit
gonna be so
Y.
tight.
You can go to all the regular options that you always had before, which kind of stinks because I thought it was going to be a baby steps handholding thing. But they said, well, people know how to play universe mode, so why would we really do that? If you want to learn, you can go in here. Otherwise, you could just go into it. So
Yep.
when you click on edit show, you can click on show details, general manager, participants.
What's the
number
little
of
like
matches, match
RB
table.
button?
You
Like,
can
what is
add
that
your
gonna put you at?
championships, your divisions, and your power rankings, and whatever day your show is going to be on. So that is there.
All right, and then you get to choose your premium live event. Now, this is a big help for me because me personally, I always set it for the last weekend of every single month. So I had to always delete and re-add it and delete and re-add it. I don't really care about the PLEs, how it is in real life. I want it the last week of the month. You feel me? Right before going to the next month, that's the PLE. So this is a big help for people like me.
As far as setting up the PLEs, you can do the show details, the number of matches, the match table, who's hosting the show, and what days they're actually on, whether it's a day 1 or a day 2. So if you do have a 2-night WrestleMania,
Right,
you can do that.
It's
If
kind
you
of
don't, you don't have to do that. You do whatever you want. So you could have
Wait, go
three
back.
brands
Holy
hosted,
shit. You're going fast, brother. Can you like just slow down?
or you can just have one brand hosting the show, 2 brands, whatever you want, whatever brands you're having. You can have them host that.
You kind of went
event.
fast there, brother.
New Fresh
Oh
Step
my god,
Lightweight.
ad.
Light lift. Strong odor
I
control.
want to see. Okay, like, cause they were talking
Enjoy
about the
24-hour access
they were
to
talking about the
Planet Fitness
feature
Clubs. $1 down,
of
$15.
like basically being able to. I guess we'll see it in a second here. Hold on.
There are a couple new
Right here. This is what it is. So this is the new thing that they're adding for this type of show. So wait, hold on. What the fuck? Don't know why he would do that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So basically what it would be is like for the first half of the show, it would be the daytime arena, and then in the second half of the show, it'd be night. I like that a lot. Don't know why he would put it back at WCW. It makes no sense. But anyway, I like that because that way it's just like real life. Your card openers is during the day, and then your end of the card is at fucking nighttime, just like how it is in real life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to be day for the whole show or night for the whole show. Good feature, 2K.
For the show details that you can actually set up. You can have the nighttime arena, which would be the alt arena, or you can have the nighttime alternate arena. So you can set up different arenas for that, which is very, very cool. If you have a daytime and nighttime, set up both of those. And also, referees, you can now select multiple referees throughout the show. So you'll see
Interesting.
multiple refs when you're doing a PLE or pay-per-view or whatever you're talking about, Monday Night Raw, whatever it is, whatever you're setting up for the show details, you can have multiple referees select
I
the
like
refs
that
that you
too.
want, and they will be a part of that universe
I
mode.
do
And
like
another
that. Charles
cool
Robinson's
option
usually
is
my go-to though.
choosing
The
the
GOAT.
month that you
The GOAT.
want your universe mode to start. I was trying to do something
Wait.
where I set up
Where do you see that? Where do you see that?
be a part of that universe mode. And another cool option is
Where do you see that?
choosing the month that you want your universe mode to start. I was trying to do something where I set up Halloween Havoc in October and then start in October, do a draft, all that stuff. That was kind of my idea here. I just created Halloween Havoc and I wanted it to start in October. So when I
Interesting.
set that up, the month that I want to start my universe mode is October.
That's tough.
And that's why I wanted it to be, because I made this new pay-per-view for Halloween Havoc, so it all makes sense. So that's what I was going for here. So here is where things get a little funky, because we're going to talk about the draft, which is the biggest
This is what I was a little
feature
confused
that
about.
we
I
have
can't
here
lie.
for the WWE Universe mode this year. And I will tell you right off the bat, I broke the draft. I got stun locked or soft locked or whatever you call it into an infinite loop of the draft. Now, I will tell you, I showed the developers exactly how this happened, and I went step by step to tell them this is exactly how I got locked into universe mode of this infinite draft. So maybe they'll fix it before it starts, I'm hoping. But I will just say that it kind of soured my experience on the draft, because I got locked into this loop. I couldn't get out of it. It just kept drafting over and over and over and over and over. And that wasn't great. I didn't like that. But with the draft, you get to pick the names, and what I went for was an NXT call-up. So my idea was that you'd go to Raw or SmackDown, and you'd call up some NXT people. That was the idea there. The draft logo would be there. You can pick whatever draft logo, and you pick the week that you want the draft to be.
And in the draft, do you do the entrance?
Part of that draft, I picked Raw and SmackDown, and the supplemental show would be NXT. You pick the number of rounds, you pick the max draft picks, and you pick the drafts per round. So there you go. You can set it to whatever you want on that. I think maybe me tweaking some of this stuff in the options actually messed up why my draft didn't work. But the idea that I wanted was to just have one time you pick your draft people, then you would just call.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna use this draft feature for probably.
I thought that it would.
I will say that I'm probably not gonna use this draft feature until like I start getting a little bit bored and the DLCs start rolling in. Then I'll start using the draft feature, because obviously fresh, like even like playing like a year of universe mode, you don't really need to use the draft, because you're probably still gonna have your storylines like within I want to say like a 2-year calendar at least, especially if you have like your created players that you add in there as well. So realistically, you don't need a draft immediately. I mean, of course people are gonna want to use it and fuck with it and try it, but I'm gonna personally wait until some DLCs probably come out for sure.
But it didn't play out that way. Again, like I said, I got this infinite draft loop that happened. So
especially if it's glitchy
too. I don't know what details I actually picked, but for draft rounds, I just did 1. Maximum draft picks, I did 5, and then drafts per round, I did 5 as well. And that was just my options for there. You can go and change them and up and down and decide what you want. But I think I did 3 at the end of the day. That was kind of my idea there, and just kind of see what that draft would lead me. Again, I broke it. I'm sorry, but you know, if I can break it just playing it and thinking I can set it up the way I want it, then other people are going to do the exact same thing.
Okay.
So another detail that confused me about the draft was the number of rounds. I thought if I did 1 round, that if I go to Monday Night Raw, I'd draft my people and it would be over. No, actually it happens at the end of the week, which I wasn't ready for, because then I played Monday Night Raw and I was confused why there was no draft on the show. Did I break it? Did I set it up wrong? What did I do wrong? So what you want to do is whatever rounds you want, you will see those rounds happen on Raw or SmackDown. If NXT is a supplemental brand, that won't have a draft, obviously. But Raw and SmackDown, the drafts will happen on that, depending on how many rounds of the draft that you actually have. So you might not see it. It might be a little confusing if you just do 1 round. It'll happen on SmackDown. You won't see it on Raw. It'll just happen at the end of the week, which was a little bit confusing for me, but it made sense once I finally got to the draft.
Javon's a 78?
Similar to, you know, anything that you're drafting, any drafting that you've ever seen before. You pick men, women, Raw, SmackDown, NXT teams, free agents. You decide if you want to have those people drafted, or if you don't want to have them drafted, you don't have to. And of course, when you're setting up the Universe Mode draft, you can choose if you want teams to break up or stay together, if teams are even drafted, if you want free agents, yes or no, and if you want champions to be drafted also. And you can also have an option to save some superstars so they don't actually get drafted. That option also never triggered for me. I think I definitely screwed up my universe mode somehow by doing a bunch of different options in the draft thing. I told them all about it, so hopefully they're going to fix it before the game comes out. I'm really hoping, because I sat down and said, this is not working. Can you fix it? This is weird. What's going on here? I really wanted it to work. I had this idea that NXT people were called up to Raw or SmackDown, and then you would see them being called up.
Jordan, I think the only reason she didn't get pulled up is because she got injured, right?
Return the stolen Butterfingers.
Butterfingers are
Well,
so mid, dude.
you go to October and then it's NXT call up time. That's the idea that I had. That was a theory I had, but it just didn't work out that way, and I was kind of confused why it
Okay,
wasn't
well, what
working.
about fucking
But I got
rivalries?
stuck in this loop.
Are there
I
any new
couldn't get
cutscenes?
that thing where you save the superstars and they can't get drafted. That never happened. You're supposed to be able to pick which superstars you want.
Dude,
reserve
injuries.
them. That was
We're talking about bullshit here, Tony. Let's talk about real shit, man.
yeah,
Injuries,
but I
rivalries,
didn't
Money in
get
the Bank
that.
cash-ins.
It never happened for me.
Promos.
So the draft for me wasn't great, but all these options are here, and I hope that they're going to fix the draft before the game comes out.
Oh, this is what he's talking about?
Okay. Let's not get too negative on Universe Mode just yet, because the draft is there. I think they just need to fix it before the game comes out. And also, I wanted
New
to talk
era.
a little bit about some of the new promo stuff, and one in particular that I really did like is a call-out promo where you actually call somebody out to come down to the ring and you challenge them to a match, and then you get to set up stipulations on the match
Okay.
that you want, and they can decide
And what about the number
what
one
they
contender?
want to do when you challenge them to a match. One funny thing that I did was that I challenged them to a 3 stages of hell match. That's right. And then I got to pick each one of the falls that the match would be.
Okay.
And I said, let's do this match. And then what happened was they actually turned it down. They said, no, I don't want to do this. And they left. Could you imagine if there was a promo hyping up these 3 stages of hell match? Yeah, first fall, second fall, third fall. We're going to do this right here, right now. And then
Nah.
the opponent says, nah, that ain't going to happen. Nope. No siree, that ain't happening.
Nah,
Not
that'd be
doing
crazy.
that.
He would
Not
get. I
doing
mean, that's
that.
some
But
great
that was
heat,
really
though.
cool. I like the idea of being able to pick the stipulation of the match right then and there and go, okay, we're going to fight in this match right now. And then they can go, let me think about that. Give me a second here. Let me think. Okay, we got this is the first match. Okay, this is the second match. Okay, this is the third match. Okay, here are my options. I can accept the challenge.
Interesting.
I can screw you, I'm out. Why wait? Let's have the match right now. Or I don't want a match. I want to fight. So they can choose what they want. Challenge them for the next show. Fight right now. Screw the match. I'm out. Or I don't want a match. I just want to fight.
Yeah,
So you're just
okay,
gonna
so
brawl
post-match
instead. So
interview.
those are some cool options. I
Promo
thought the cutscene
interrupt.
was very, very cool. There's still no voiceover stuff, but there
I mean,
is
of course.
dialogue on the screen to tie it all together. So anyway, I thought that was a pretty cool cutscene. So after having your universe mode set up, you set up the PLEs, you set up the draft however you want it. The cool thing about this is the watch show mode where you can just watch the entire show from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And it is cool. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it definitely does feel awesome. When you finish one match, it goes right into the next match. It shows the crowd and then they do their entrance for the next match.
Let me see.
And that's really awesome. Just makes it seamless and it makes it perfect
Okay,
for how
okay.
you want this to play out, because universe mode is going to be one of those things that people are going to make Twitch streams, YouTube
Yep.
streams, where they just sit there and they watch the entire thing.
That's true.
Now you can do it in full. Also, huge alert here. This is awesome. If a match is ever going on too long, if it's going way too long, or if there's just a match you kind of want to skip, you hit start and you go to wrap up. There's a wrap up button now that you can wrap up the match, and they will try to end the match as fast as possible. This is
That's
awesome.
kinda comfy.
It doesn't give them an instant finisher,
It
but
should.
it does let them do more damage. It does have their bar go up a little bit faster, and then they will get a finisher faster, and they'll try and end the match off hitting a finisher.
It
or
should give
whatever
them the
and getting
fucking
a
shit
pin,
immediately,
and
though.
They will try to not kick out of that pin. That's kind of the concept here for wrapping up the match, which is a little small detail, but it is awesome, because I don't know how many times I've played universe mode where I'm sitting there going, okay, you kicked out of 20 moves in a row. Can you please wrap it up and just end the match?
It's like
Now
real
we have
life.
that option to wrap it up, which I think is
What about the
really,
can we
really,
see the
really
fucking
smart of them to put
post-match?
that in here. I will say that it isn't perfect. There are points where it doesn't wrap up, depending if it's like a gimmick match or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It won't just end right away. Like if it's a ladder match, you're not just gonna run up the ladder and grab the briefcase or whatever. It doesn't work like that, but they will try and speed it up and get it to go where they want it to go. Just kind of ease the match to the end. Okay, have a conclusion to the match and move on to the next one. And then if you're playing universe mode and it's getting a little stale, hit that wrap up button and you will be good to go to your next match. And the last new feature that they did add here was cashing in the Money in the Bank. When the Money in the Bank
No,
cash
that's not
is
the
ready,
that's not
that
the
means
only
that they can
feature.
cash in
That's
their Money in
not the
Bank,
only
do it
feature. Where it's
mid-match
supposed
or do it post-match. You just gotta hit the button combination and they will do that Money in the Bank cash in. Fortunately, I didn't get footage of that, but that
Can
option
you-
is there if you want to cash in. on
My main question with the Money in the Bank cash in is, can you do this when you're on watch show mode? That's the main question I have.
Money in the Bank.
To be honest.
Okay, let me catch my breath here because we're going to wrap this up here. I'm going to tell you what I think about Universe Mode,
I don't
having
really
my hands
care.
on it, playing it.
Hold on. No offense to you, Tony. But I don't really care what your thoughts are. Can I fucking see the... Thank you. Assemble. We're watching Assemble. Fuck, dude. Like... Oh
Think you
my
need a comms
God.
degree to break into tech? You don't. I proved that wrong, and you can too.
Okay, here we go. Universe Mode. I got early hands-on with Universe Mode. I tried to get you every single little thing, every little...
That's what I want to see.
Possibly could. Strap in, it's a...
Should've just watched your vid. I'm so sorry, Assemble.
Welcome to Assemble. Let's go. Universe Mode starts up with the usual
Okay.
3
I'm not gonna lie,
songs,
though.
which
I don't need to
more
rewatch everything I watched.
mode in general. DLC. So whoever you want, and community creations as well, whoever you want to be set up as your GM, that
What's this?
you now get the brand new broadcast camera feed.
Yeah, so this
And
is watch
gives
show
you
mode.
Close-ups,
This is what I want. This is what I want to see.
to the next thing. I thought this was one of the standout small features that they did with Universe because I like to simulate matches. I don't want to watch every match on my card. Some people do.
Yep.
But you now have the option to say, okay, this match is happening, it's a title match. I really just want to see the ending. You can go and hit wrap up match and just get to kind of the good stuff. Or if you find that a match with the AI is just taking forever, hit that and you fast forward. Rivalry actions and promos. This was a mixed bag.
Ah.
Because number one, rivalry actions wasn't seeing anything new. Rivalry actions that you're used to
God.
from last year are here again. Promos
So
happen
nothing.
You have the call outs, you have open challenges.
Nothing. Like, this is what I'm talking about, dude. And this is what I don't like. Like, I understand you guys added the draft. I understand you guys added new Money in the Bank feature, which is just old, and you're just re-adding it, reintroducing it. But why are you guys not adding any fucking rivalry animations? Add more rivalry animations, dude. This is what Universe Mode is the rivalry animations, dude. Add more here. Add more here and make injuries more prevalent. Make injuries very prevalent. I want to be able to get somebody injured. Let's say I want LA Knight injured until Rumble. I should be able to do that. Let's say I want him injured at SummerSlam, and then I'll be like, he's going to return at Rumble. Surprise return number 30 and wins Rumble. That should be a thing too. Bring that for WWE 2K27, bro. Because Universe Mode needs that type of love. Cool with the draft. Cool with, you know what I'm saying, the Money in the Bank reintroducing. Cool with, you know what I'm saying, the little universe wizard. Cool. But let's show love here. You know what I'm saying?
They've expanded it a bit.
Oh my
You
God.
have the post-match interview as well. When you select post-match interview, I like this. And this can go 2 ways. If you win your match or lose your match, it will...
I also do like this feature, the little post-match interview. Very realistic. Next year, let's add what I would love, honestly, is just how you guys have it in My Rise, where it's like the press conference. And if you want to take it one step further, you could do just how they do it, like for the PLEs, when you have Big E, Wade Barrett, Michael Cole at the little desk, do that pre-show and post-show with them. I would love that with the backstage interviews. Let's build upon this, 2K. Let's build upon this right here. Thank you.
change slightly. Kathy Kelly will come out ringside after the match, do the interview with you, and then it'll basically transition where, you know, your opponent will come out if that's what you selected. You go face to face. Here's the downside. Here's what I was not...
It's only 2
keen on.
options.
There's no backstage environments for promos, and I don't know why. I think that this was a huge miss, because I think of something like this post-match interview.
Yeah,
You're able to
backstage.
do a quick transition, and Kathy Kelly is standing there with you, and then the prompts come up. Why can't we just get that? Exact same motions, exact same characters.
Just in a background.
And just change
In-
the
in-
background.
in the
Do a
fucking
transition,
brawl area.
Change the background to look like a Raw interview set with the TV in the background or just the Raw logo set, and that's it. The
Yeah.
person, even if somebody's going to interrupt your end of match promo.
And this is what I mean. Like, I want to get this
So
game.
I really don't know why you
I'm not even
couldn't
gonna
just
say it's gonna be a bad
mimic
game,
Something like this,
but
where they're getting interviewed.
this is
and it's
bare.
backstage,
Like, this
it's
is
in a
just
parking
bare
lot.
men.
Something very, like, I'm not asking for a lot. I'm saying something basic. Wrestlers standing there with microphone, and it's like green screen in the background, and you swap it out. I'm not a dev. I don't know if that's extremely hard or not. It's definitely a miss because people were asking for more promos, They got more promos, but they didn't take the step further that the game needed. So with promos, one really good positive here is that people will come out with their championship. They will also come out with their alt attire. So they'll have an attire when it comes to PLE's regular show, and then they'll have the promo attire. So what I was able to capture here was going to be AJ Styles coming out, and he's got his regular attire. And yes, also AJ Styles has his regular good theme song is back. I like this. If they can come out with their promo attire and the championship, they can do both. You can't have two champions going face to face, both coming out with the belt. Maybe that can be patched.
Probably next year.
But if Drew's the champion, if Punk's the champion, only you, the primary champion, will come out with champion. I'm saying champion a lot. Come out with the belt. More settings, divisions. Everything looks the same when you're going to be able to select your divisions and move people around division to division. The one thing I did ask, and it's not there, so
like, and this is what I mean. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 championships, right? Not saying this is a bad thing at all, but you only have 4 slots for rivalries. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do with the rest? What happens if I want to have a rivalry between 2 people without the belt? Next year, I want more rivalries. 2K, more rivalry slots, please. Honestly, it should not be that hard.
In multiple divisions, the Usos are a tag team, so they're in the tag division. I can't pick Jey Uso and also have him in the world title division and do both. It doesn't work. This I feel is a miss because I just should be able to have someone wanting to go for the world title, and they're also going to be contenders for the Intercontinental title. More options that they've given us are these power tools. So there are several options pages in the options menu for what you want to tweak.
What do you mean?
Change for your universe. One of them is these power tools where you can kind of clear everything. So you can clear the relationships, rivalries, championships, divisions.
Oh, okay.
The histories, the historical stats. You can just full out reset everything. You can toggle it how you want. This was a great addition. The only downside that I heard was you can clear all the relationships so they have no allies, but it doesn't clear their manager. So again, I don't know if this is something that can be worked and patched by the time the game comes out, but if Paul Heyman's the manager and you go into here to the power tools and select clear all, he's still the manager.
That's
You
trash.
need to be able to wipe everybody out and not just
I
keep
don't want the
managing. They
managers.
all gotta
That
go,
used to piss
but
me
I love
off.
that it's there. Other things like the newsfeed, it's the same as it's been for like 10 years. So you can see where I'm coming from, where I'm like, hey, this is a great new addition or add-on that they've done. And then there's something else where I'm like, this still feels super old and outdated, like we've had it. They need to rework the news feed. Either just get rid of it, or
You guys should get rid of it.
Add
It
a
used to be
ticker
good.
on the bottom instead of going to the news feed. Just add a ticker that's going by. Move the news feed from a page that you clicked on and you never care about looking at, and just run a ticker when you want to. Toggle it on and off, and just have it run seamlessly where it shows you match results and who's your champion, who's in a rivalry. Just a quick statement, and have it so that that can be toggled so it appears. And then I
Look at Jade
select
Cargill,
something, and
W
it fades
Jamaican
away.
gal.
That's
Let's unpack how I woke up like this. Dumbbells.
This is actually not even as heavy as mine.
All right.
That's my rant about news feeds. Another big positive here: Money in the Bank cash-ins and title slots. You now have 8 title slots and 2 Money in the Banks. I like this. I got 8 slots now. I can add more championships. It's good. Money in the Bank has been reworked a little bit
I
too.
think I don't understand why people are not talking about that a little bit more. Who gives a fuck if you have 8 slots if you only have 4 slots for the rivalries? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I bugged?
I like it. So I pick AJ Styles as Mr. Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank holders are no longer tied to a specific title belt, but they are still tied to a specific show. AJ gets Money in the Bank, and he's on Raw. He can only cash in on a belt that is on Raw. He cannot cash in on the WWE Championship on SmackDown. I tried. The prompt for Money in the Bank doesn't pop up. Now, could they fix this? Maybe. If you wanted to have somebody who's available on 2 shows, which you can do, why couldn't then AJ be in both heavyweight?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I
divisions
usually
and
turn
just
that
do
off
this
anyway.
Money
I
in the
make the
Bank?
2 Money in the Banks like
Just-
throwbacks.
So that might be a workaround. I don't know.
Or well, that
Or
just
something,
proved that
but
you
as
can't
it
do the Money in
stands
the
from
Bank
what I
cash in.
played, he's tied to the one show, but when you do the Money in the Bank cash in, it's great. Superstars in the match have to get to yellow or get more damage. Once they've received a rating of about yellow, then you're allowed to do a mid-match cash in, or you could do the post-match cash in. Press the button combination, like right bumper and X, Y. They run out and they do the cash in. You make it a triple threat match or do the post match. When you trigger it, Superstars music hits, they run down. But the only thing that I didn't like from what I saw, and it could just be the one example I had, there's no cut to the ramp. It didn't cut to AJ, in this case, at the ramp with Money in the Bank in hand, or the reaction to the Superstars in the ring who are about to be cashed in on. I need that. I need that camera change where it's going to go to almost like a cutscene, and they run down. Or if you can't do that, give me the picture
by picture.
of the Royal Rumble feature. So it wasn't as immersive as I want it to be. But again, I don't know if that was just the one time, if it changes depending on how many times you try to do Money in the Bank, if you do get a different angle. Some of the feedback I did give, though, when it comes to Money in the Bank was actually to do with run-ins. One thing we don't have, but I gave the suggestion, I'm like, you got to try to add this in somehow. The Money in the Bank cash-in feature works really well. Do the exact same thing with a different button trigger to do a run-in.
I kind of like that.
Be optional with maybe just your main top ally, and they come out. Instead of right bumper for cash-in, it's left bumper for run-in. It's something that would add so much more depth and control.
That's a smart addition. That'd be a smart addition next year. Because you know what I'm saying? Listen,
left bumper X, left bumper Y,
we all know the game's done. You know what I'm saying? The game's done. If it has any glitches, then it'll do those little fixes and stuff like that. But it's just basically done, gang.
Match tables felt exactly the same as last year. For regular matches, title matches, changing the percentage, you know, of all those details, you can do that. Now, the other thing I'll say, cheap plug, but I was hoping that if you guys are enjoying the content we do here, you would check out my other channel, Assemble Wrestling. If you want WWE deep dive topics, covering Raw, SmackDown, PLEs.
That DDJ fucking great one type
I'm trying to
content.
grow to 100,000 subscribers this year. Link is in the description. I'd love to have you over there too if I can. Final thoughts on Universe Mode from what I saw. The draft is great. Customization options, great. Long drafts, short drafts, I can do whatever kind of draft I want.
Yeah.
I was tickled by it. All the customization options within Universe have been stepped up. The resets are good. There's more control options. Watch shows feature with wrap up within the matches, total win. What I don't like, rivalries are still the same as they've always been. 1v1 and tag. This should totally have been overhauled.
Should be a triple threat. Should have fatal four-way. Should have these different things.
It should have been draft and rivalries, and somehow figuring out how can we get a triple threat fatal four-way rivalry.
Also, can we get more rivalry slots?
4 superstars are standing in the ring and one person's on the mic, and they're your main rival.
More rivalry options.
No backstage environment.
More rivalry options. Look at this.
They're your main.
More rivalry options, please. More rivalry options. More rivalry slots. 4 rivalry slots. We've had that since God knows how long. More rivalry slots, dude. I need them. If you're going to give me 8 spots for championships and Money in the Banks, give me fucking at least 6. Up at 2 more. Let the triple threat and fatal 4-way rivalries come, please, next year, please. And more rivalry options. And then also, more importantly, injury. I want to be able to injure Maxi Dupree at SummerSlam, make her return at the Royal Rumble, number 30, win the Rumble, go ahead and main event WrestleMania. That is what I want in my Universe Mode. Let me do that, please. Also, backstage interviews, too. Thanks, 2K.
Somehow making that work. No backstage environments for promos. Not even one. Not even something like split screen, you know, via satellite.
Oh, that would be
got
fire.
Someone's sitting backstage and one person's in the ring, and then there's like 3 text boxes.
They're gonna say, "Oh, we don't have the capability to do that. We're gonna have to wait till the PS7,
No show intros.
PS6 come
There's
out."
just the generic banner that will load when it comes to like Raw is starting. Show intros should have been there.
Yep.
It's a small detail that the community really does seem to love. Trust me, I read your comments, and people love show intros.
Yep.
I get it. It adds to the immersion of it.
Yep.
And what I think they should
'Cause
have
it does.
done and added was going to be just superstars arriving to the look what happens on Raw and SmackDown every week now.
Yeah, low-key.
Superstars arrive at the arena.
Maybe
I think it
next
should
year,
have just
bro.
been as simple, and I say simple, but something as clean as CM Punk is your champion, so they show your champion, whoever that is, walking to the arena in the same generic environment. They do it for another top-performing superstar and another champion or something. And then you just have Michael Cole or Corey Graves.
Because I like the little
doing
nameplate.
dialogue
Because that's just
saying,
how it is in real life.
Champion is here tonight. What's going to happen on Raw? You don't want to miss it. And then it goes
Very
and
generic.
transitions
You know what I'm saying? It
into
doesn't even
the
have to
first
be
match.
anything
So as Universe
extravaganza.
Mode become completely
Keep it
overhauled,
generic.
and it's the greatest
Have, like,
thing you've
6
ever seen.
lines.
No, I've outlined what the things are that we need, but there are a lot of really good upgrades.
3
in here.
heals,
Way
3
more than
face,
last year.
or even
Last
8.
year really only
4-4.
added promos. Once they did that, there really wasn't much else. I felt more immersed. I had way more control in universe mode. I'm excited to do things like Attitude Era Draft, Ruthless Aggression Drafts, Raw versus Nitro doing these shows, and they have drafts going on, and then I'm gonna be able to draft Goldberg from Nitro over to Raw. There was a considerable effort, I think, this year to try and get more features put in. Once we all get hands-on with the game, then obviously let's review it. Let's talk about what else is possibly in there, because I didn't have time to go through everything about that. Man, I tried. Like Superstar mode, we'll figure that out too. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this
WVid assemble
for universe mode, and I'll try and answer your questions in the comments too. And if you
WVid assemble. WVid. I agree though. You know what I'm saying? I feel as if
coupons.
Obviously, we're never going to be happy as gamers, you know what I'm saying? There's always more that you can add to the games, but, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be charging fucking $80 for a game, dude, like, of course, people are going to complain.
Now love you right back.
What a coincidence, I love the big guy too. Call me crazy, use me, abuse me, I think AJ's retirement was absolute.
Man, he's really retired. AJ Styles getting into the Hall of Fame before John Cena, man. Crazy works. But, you know, shout out to that boy AJ, man. That boy Allen. Absolute legend in TNA, absolute legend all across the world, WWE, TNA, New Japan, everywhere, bro. What a career, GOAT status, bro. He deserves it. He deserves that Hall of Fame spot, no cap.
Perfect, and he's going to the Hall of Fame too. Pretty sure that was unscripted too, by the way, right? What is the dead man doing here? I ain't gonna wrestle the old fart. People, for a second, my
Undertaker's
ass thought Undertaker's gonna pull up with that. Oh, and one more thing, AJ. You will have to carry me through a match at WrestleMania.
Could you imagine?
I recorded this bit at like 6 a.m. so I could remember. And one more thing, AJ. Rest in peace, AJ. You're gonna wrestle me.
Imagine being his son hearing this in the morning, like, what is that? Dad, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
Not sure if it was worth it. But yes, people, they were cutting onions on Monday Night Raw. What a perfect
What a pile of
retirement,
onions right there.
acknowledgement, all the TNA talent he wrestled, his wife, his kids, his entire family. Beautiful. That is what wrestling is all about. Kind of reminding me of Edge's retirement back in like 2011, right? Emotional, and now I hate the WWE because one of my favorite WWE
It's really crazy
wrestlers is no longer
when you
going
think about
to
the
be
retirement. It's
on
like
the
so many
show.
of like the
I
people that
love
we grew up
slash hate
watching are now
wrestling,
Hall of
but
Famers.
in a way, this was absolutely beautiful.
And or wrestling in
Real
other
quick,
companies.
Yes, I'm back. Kid got sick, hospital, then I needed a few more days because I was absolutely drained, so my apologies. The streak is gonna continue. Give me a couple of days. Okay, Raw was kinda ass. Let's be honest. You know, a lot of
Didn't get to
times
watch it.
nowadays, what used to be different, like back in the day, a go-home show meant you gotta watch that shit. You gotta watch that shit because something special is going to happen. Nowadays, a go-home show is basically almost like a
Normal
recap
show.
of what happened. And, you know, they're basically telling you gotta watch the premium live event. It makes sense, but I felt like most of the stuff was just kinda pointless anyway, even with the qualifying matches. I don't know.
Heard Brock said it was
this
gonna be an
episode,
open
maybe
challenge.
just me, maybe
Hopefully
because,
it's
you know,
Gunther.
it's been a while since I've watched wrestling, like a week. Which is a lot. Feels like a lifetime, honestly. But like I've said, AJ's retirement is exactly how a retirement should be done. Better than John Cena's retirement. Can you believe that shit? Can you take me higher? My creed, dude, if I die, I want somebody to make a tribute video of the great one with Can you take playing in the background. Do this. Remember this. We'll talk about Roy in a second, but people a while back I talked about how I quit smoking. Open your mouth, something. Like I've said,
I did hear those are actually pretty good.
the matches, like the match card is absolutely packed, big cojones.
If you are a
Adam
smoker, you need to
Pearce
stop.
type of packed. But you know, Gunther crashes the celebration of AJ's career. We gonna goon and celebrate Gunta, he said. Not in exact words, by the way. Adam Pearce escorts Gunther out of the building.
Get him out of my
Gunther is leaving
building.
on his own will because he's disgusted by the celebration. Then he gets attacked by Dragon Lee. We got a brawl. The dude is probably thinking, does that mean I'm gonna retire soon? Like everybody who's facing Gunther right now is probably thinking, are WWE
Trying to retire me?
to retire me? Dude is like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm too young. You will retire.
You're
But
gonna retire.
I kind of still want to wrestle.
No.
Loser leaves WWE match. Then we got a
Not here.
face-off between Gunther and Cody, whatever that means. Like, seriously, I have no idea. Have we seen this one-on-one match, by the way? I don't think we did.
No.
And
think
obviously it's a bit of a dream match. We
WrestleMania,
saw this
right?
during one of these Rumbles, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say
I
a
don't
Rumble.
see exactly what WWE are planting right here because WrestleMania,
It's
Gunter
like literally
Cody,
right around the corner.
nothing to do with Mania. Doesn't. Why? Whatever. You know, they're teasing shit. I'm excited about it.
back.
Then we got
I was
Cody. He
shoveling
gives his
yesterday, my
respect to
back.
AJ, the guy. He gets interrupted by Division with Bronson's theme. I don't even know why. They said they're taking SmackDown too. They're taking WWE over in general. It starts with Bronson
That boy
Reed
Logan's
winning the
there growling back.
qualifying match. Ooh, so we eat them. That's what we do, people. That's what we do, we eat. 3 hours later, we got a qualifying match. Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, El Grande Americano. So,
The original?
pretty cool, right?
No, like
but
that
this
guy.
is where Bronson Reed got injured.
How the
You
hell did he
clearly
get
see
injured
this is
from
where he started touching his arm. And like I told
People are saying that we need to bring back house shows.
many times, people, this is where the majority of injuries happen. It's not the cherry shots, it's not
Yeah,
the table spots,
it's the
not
simple
ladder
stuff, it's the
spots.
weird
It's
stuff.
just some random ass shit
like you hitting
this.
the
So
ropes.
Jey Uso and El Grande had to finish the match by themselves. Obviously, Jey wins the match. I don't think the finish was changed, but the vision is
It was changed.
absolutely. Of course, people listen to the shit. Seth is out. He's out. Braun Breaker, out. Bronson Reed, the big guy, out.
Yep.
Everybody is out. This faction is absolutely, of course, like it's like the universe is not even giving them opportunities to get like over, right? So the only positive, like we shouldn't talk about positives when somebody's getting injured. I know, but I'm an asshole. So
This is his second time getting an injury too, right before fucking Mania.
I mean, you gotta make the best out of a bad situation, right? You gotta try. So at least maybe Logan in theory can shine through this. I mean, they have Paul Heyman with them. Maybe something positive can get out of this horrible situation where
Like
everybody
what,
just
tag
keeps getting
titles?
injured, and theory kind of needs a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Which is kind of basic now, which is unfortunate.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every done.
I'm getting back on track with Factor. Fresh, never frozen.
Shut the hell up.
I'm a fan of theory. Liv comes out with Dom and teases her WrestleMania decision. We see Steph, we see Jade. Liv fakes an emotional speech. She apologized to Vaquera and acknowledged her struggle. But it's all manipulation. So yes, it is official.
Yep.
Liv Morgan versus Steph
Yeah.
and Vaquera at WrestleMania.
Banger
And
match
still
on
don't buy
the
that
way.
shit. Somehow,
Banger.
someway, Raquel Rodriguez is gonna,
I
she's gonna
wouldn't
win
be-
the Elimination Chamber match and somehow choose
Challenge.
Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquera instead.
Triple threat
Jade.
match.
I don't know how that happens. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm
I
sure
like that.
WWE can find a way. Again, I could be
I
talking out of my
mean,
butt.
by
out of my crap,
definition, you can
because
pick
maybe
who
Raquel
you
is
want,
not
right?
even gonna win this match. But that seems like the most, obvious scenario to me. But then we got people Maxine Dupree versus Natty. The crowd was absolutely dead. I
I heard
thought
it
my
was dead.
volume was off. We got the ring post spot, and Maxine
No
wasn't
one
able to
cared.
continue.
Not
so
a
Natty
single
wins
soul
the
cared.
match. I feel like most people are losing interest in this rivalry already, right?
I mean-
Especially since the championship is not even on the line. Who cares? I know a lot of people are fans of this Natty gimmick. Since I didn't really
Yeah.
follow it before it happened in the WWE, doesn't really do much for me. But at least she's doing something, right? It's better than whatever she was doing before, which is nothing.
Nothing.
Even more issues between Balor and Dominic. Again, like I've said, a WrestleMania match is going to happen. It needs to
For the
happen for
IC
the Intercontinental
Championship.
Championship. Balor wins the match. He's gonna bring the title back to Ireland. Delivery to WWE do not open until
If this is not Chris Jericho, dude, I'm gonna be so fucking disappointed. People are saying it might be Joe Hendry. I think I would get rage baited. If it's not Chris Jericho, I don't know who it is. It better be breaking the fucking walls down.
February 28th. So these motherfuckers are keeping Chris Jericho in a box for another week. They're keeping a human being in that box for a week. Are you feeding Chris Jericho? Are you feeding Chris Jericho? Are you giving him a little bit of the bubbly? I don't know. I have no idea who that is, by the way. What that? Sting. It happened before.
Could you
Sting,
imagine?
people? Oh my god, I just cracked the code.
It's
Nah, it's probably going to. Oh, I honestly don't know.
Could you
Something to do
imagine
with
it
some
was
kind of a
Sting?
storyline, probably, but obviously most of us are fantasy. But Chris Jericho, he's just sitting in that box.
Yeah.
He's listening.
You're just waiting.
You know, and they're gonna open that box just full of shit and piss. I mean, the man's got to do what he's got to do, right? Unless there has a toilet like installed or something. You know, I don't know. Really interested in the logistics of it all. Really interested in the logistics of it all, people. But it's not gonna be opened until February 28th.
28.
So Jericho, good luck.
2026.
Hope they're feeding you well. We also got that Rusev versus Oba tease, but the match is interesting. Here's what's even more interesting. We got Brock Lesnar, right? The promo was pretty simple, full of nostalgia. 2 main events back in the day. The main event and the Undertaker's match. And of course, Brock Lesnar won. And now, Brock Lesnar is the main event of WrestleMania. He issues an open challenge. And whoever is facing Brock, that is the real main event because he's getting...
This is my prediction. I think it's going to be the fucking guy that looked like... It's not... Obi Femi would be kind of comp. Don't think it's going to be him, though. I think it's going to be, Royce Keys.
Conquered. A lot of people chanted Oba, and it has to be Oba, right? I mean, it has to be. Who else? It's not going to be Braun Breaker. He's probably facing Seth Rollins if both are cleared. Who else? Who else? Gunther. I don't see Gunther.
I guess it could be 3. There's going to be 3 options.
It must be Oba versus Brock.
Or Royce Keys.
It'll be a dream match. If I was booking the show, I would make Oba win. I mean, what's the point of Brock winning anymore?
That's true.
What is the point? Pretty interesting. The promo was ass. Like, that's what I hated about this episode. It looked backed. Punk is
like, I mean, look at this guy. Hold on, I'm going to go right back to it, but...
You mean?
I think there's 3 opponents for Brock Lesnar at Mania. Oba Femi, Royce Keys, or Gunther. And I don't think they're going to give Gunther to Brock until Brock is ready to retire. So he's out. So I think it's either Royce Keys or Oba Femi. In either way, both banger matches. You know what I'm saying? Just mate versus mate.
And the Undertaker. The promo was ass. Like, that's what I hated about this episode. It looked packed. Punk is gonna be there. Brock is gonna be there. The Box. So we expected Jesus probably. And the only, real big highlight was AJ Styles. What a highlight that was. Can you take... We got Javon Evans versus Kofi Kingston. That was pretty neat. When Kofi debuted, he was kind of in a similar position. He was the bouncy guy. Now, obviously, Javon Evans wins the match. Then we see CM Punk. It's not about him, it's about AJ Styles, but he needs to talk about Finn Balor. There's no what ifs. No what ifs. Obviously, WWE are trying to tell you that maybe Finn wins. What if? What if Finn Balor wins, then it's Finn Balor versus Roman?
Newsflash is not Finn. You know what I'm saying? I hate to break someone's heart. It's not going to be Finn. And if it is Finn, he's going to win. CM Punk's going to win that championship
he's a fighting
right
champion
back.
Like Terry Funk, Harley Race, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. It kind of sucks when legends like these are not really getting a big reaction. Like, come on, pay your respects, audience, crowd.
Well, those tickets are probably fucking disgusting. I want to see a fucking TLC match with some thumbtacks.
The ones who made the shit possible for you to watch. You filthy bastards. You marks. He takes a shot at Roman Reigns for not being there weekly. Roman Reigns is gonna be there next week, so maybe I'll just attack him. Again, no what if scenario. So the match is predictable. Sure, CM Punk is going to, but like I've said, it's all about the bigger picture.
So you saying Roman's gonna be there next week? Alright, so it's you versus Roman.
A screw up. And I'm just happy, people. Finn Balor is facing a world champion. CM Punk, we saw the match, it's good, it's gonna be good again. I'm just happy Finn Balor
is getting his chance.
Main eventer.
Main eventer.
Maybe it's gonna
last he is?
For
yeah.
5 more days or something.
But
still,
are they main eventing the show though?
Another qualifying
I'd imagine actually probably because Chicago.
In which Raquel Rodriguez won. That makes my theory a bit more likely. So now the match looks pretty stacked.
Raquel Rodriguez. I think Raquel brings it home here. I can't lie. She's going to, you know what I'm saying? Obviously target Rhea. This is going to be a problem in the, you know what I'm saying? She's going to low-key be the superstar of the match, though. Can't lie, she's been going crazy on SmackDown. But I think Raquel wins, triple threat, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Stephanie Vaca at Mania. Triple threat, banger! I think that's what it's going to be. Because then it's going to be her, you know what I'm saying, breaking up Judgment Day. And then obviously you have Finn Balor versus fucking Dominic Mysterio for the IC Championship. Beautiful.
Who do we see against Jade? Honestly, it could be Tiffany too, right? It could be Rhea Rip. Okay, my theory just...
Oh yeah, it could be Rhea versus...
Sucks.
Yeah, because I guess you're right. Rhea versus Jade, but then... I guess you're right,
signature shreds.
My theory. Don't listen to it. I
can't believe Bianca Belair is still not. I think she got pregnant after that boy shot up the club.
Theory works because Raquel Rodriguez doesn't pick Jade. She picks Liv. She picks Stephanie.
Yeah. I like that triple threat though. You feel me? Now this match for my prediction. My prediction. As long as Jey Uso doesn't win, we're good. No offense to Jey. You don't need this. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see in the main event versus Drew McIntyre. That match is poop. I wouldn't mind Trick Williams winning. Me personally, I would either want Trick Williams or Javon Evans to win, right? I wouldn't mind LA Knight winning, though. Well, LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. But I think they're going to give it to Cody, and it's going to be Cody versus Drew for the fucking 50th time, and then... Oh, my God. It doesn't matter. I want LA Knight, realistically, you know what I'm saying, out of the realistic people that would win, these three, I would want LA Knight to win. But if I could really book it the way I want, I would give to Trick, but because he's over.
You know what? Should I make a prediction video on this channel? I should probably post it on this one because I need to get back on track, right? And it's time for AJ Styles to retire. Of course, we saw some legends, people. We saw Kenny take. And this was emotional, man. This was emotional. He wanted to retire right here. That's why he didn't need the gloves. But now, dead, he reflects on his journey. TNA, Tokyo Dome, WrestleMania. He gives a shout out to all these TNA allies. He's done it all, but he was never a full-time father. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. He gave a shout out to his wife. Emotional. You know, his biggest flex is not all the championships. No. Not the WrestleMania matches. No. Not being one of the greatest professional wrestlers that ever lived. No. It's his luscious hair.
Wow.
And also his wife. What a beautiful moment, man. It made me realize he's probably legitimately done with professional wrestling.
That's crazy.
And if after looking at this
He
segment,
should be
this
put on the
promo,
little commentary team for the PLEs.
Beautiful stuff. It seems like the show is over. We see a bunch of WWE talent, you know, giving respect to AJ. Then, dong.
Undertaker.
Dong.
You're going to the Hall of Fame, baby.
I am American Badass. You can suck my or something. This song goes like, you can suck my because it smells like shit in here. you know it smells in here because I'm the shit. Oh my god.
Is that really how the song goes? I really don't remember the badass name.
In his 50s coming out saying, you can suck my and it smells like shit. I love this show. Oh my god. Anyway, you know, he says, back in the day, it used to be like, when you see me around, you're already dead. I've changed it a little bit. When you see me, you're going. AJ Styles.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
You are going to the Hall of Fame. You are going to the Hall of Fame. Emotional moment, you could tell AJ had no
Bang, he still has
idea.
that cut
That
mark.
was beautiful. Made me so happy. Like, the retirement speech was already great. Already great, even though maybe a little part of me expected him to put a suit on, you know, dick out everything. But then he puts his suit on, and then he unretires like he did before.
Like Mark
That
Henry?
didn't happen. We got an emotional celebration. And yes, AJ Styles is going into the Hall of Fame. When was the last time we got something like that? When somebody retires and goes to the Hall of Fame straight away. I think it was Edge. Maybe that was the last time. I could be totally wrong. But like I've said, this really reminded me of Edge's
It would have been
retirement.
John.
And I'm excited.
I wonder if this is the
about
reason that John didn't want to go to the Hall of Fame
speech.
immediately.
You know, sure,
Because, you know what I'm saying,
Johnson
give that boy
got
Allen
headline
his
this
spotlight.
year, whatever. We see AJ.
So
And
obviously
that's
that
what's so
class
crazy
would have been
about it.
stacked.
AJ, it's
Stephanie
like
McMahon, John Cena, and
WWE
Allen.
Okay, Johnson's retirement could have been booked better. Let's do it right with AJ. That's how I felt. That's how I felt about this Raw. That's how I felt about
I think
this
John
moment.
he cared more about
you know, as beautiful as
AJ's
it was,
than
people,
his own.
It's kind of sad.
retirement.
It's kind of sad. It makes me feel old as fuck. And I'm gonna miss AJ in the ring. I'm gonna miss AJ in the ring. The only regrets, well, I shouldn't have this regret. WWE should. I hate the fact that AJ, during his last years in the WWE, didn't feel as big of a deal as he should have. You know, he was kind of almost like a face of the company at one point, like right after Roman Reigns, right? I wish during these last few years he was booked better. He was in championship matches. He was winning PLEs. He didn't win a single
If he
one
would have
in
won that
years,
IC
right?
championship,
So
you know
I
he would have been a
wish
double
WWE
Grand Slam champion.
booked it better.
Does anyone
At
know
the end
that?
of the day,
I saw that
what
this
a
morning.
career. What a career. What a talented guy. And nobody's going to say AJ Styles was so great when he was younger. But then, you know, nobody's gonna say that. Everybody's gonna say how AJ Styles was just possibly the GOAT. That's it. That's the conversation. That is the convo.
WVid, great one. WVid, great one. You feel me? W stream though for today, chat. You feel me? tomorrow we're back at it again. Might be a little bit later in the afternoon stream. I don't really know just yet, but y'all boys will definitely see. But I love y'all boys, man. God first, consistency as always. And until tomorrow, safety.